I just man, I don't even know. I haven't had organized. I found out that, well, I was born in 1977. I'm a Pisces, and I didn't know anything about numerology. But I've recently found out within the last year, late last year, that I have a birth number of 33, which is fairly rare. My life path number is 5, and my destiny number is 6. Is that right? Yeah, which equals a 44, which is, I don't know what I can divulge, but 33, anyways, as a birth number is extremely rare, and being a Pisces is a pretty powerful combination as far as energy and that culminating with the fact that we're entering the house of Aquarius, which is the end of a cycle. Jesus Christ came in and ushered in the house of Pisces. His symbol was a fish. And there's a 13th house that a lot of people don't know about, and seems to be that on that 13th house or something, there's also some other stuff. It's all seems like a big. It looks really messy and crazy and almost schizophrenic from the outside, but now that it's all kind of coming together, I don't think there's anything coincidental about it. I mean, I'm positive actually that there's nothing coincidental about it. It's all been planned out somehow. It's given me. I've always been faithful and spiritual extremely. I think that probably comes with being a Pisces and a 33, but the last year or so, a little longer than a year, just specifically, my whole life, but specifically the last year and a half, I gave me a belief in actual magic as another form of energy. I believe in magic. It's been pretty cool. And painful at the same time. And by the way, I consider myself a Taoist, so I'm not part of any sort of secular religion. I'm deeply spiritual. But yeah.
What introduced you to Taoism?
I took Kung Fu as a kid. Just, I was an athlete. I played all the sports basically. Well, not all, but a lot of them, and all that I could. And Kung Fu, I had a couple friends that in middle school that were going to take Kung Fu, and I joined it. And so I took Kung Fu just for a little while. Then in middle school, I took class with one of my favorite teachers, Dan Evans, at Hosford. It was a Tai Chi. We learned short form Tai Chi, and that really it teaches you about your Chi energy, which is the life force, or it's what's what they call your life force. And it taught me how to control my breathing. Something just kind of clicked, and I realized there was a thing. And then I went through some hard times over the last, I don't know, probably starting like 7 years ago, and I just was looking for an answer, just anything. I knew I wasn't crazy. Everybody around me was looking at me like I was, and it caused them to, back away. And I was just searching, and that culminating with learning and starting to understand quantum physics on a deeper level. It just everything just kind of gelled at the same time. Back to my birthday, February 25th, 1977. Apparently, I'm a golden child. I don't know. I thought it was just a term that my mother, my aunts and uncles, and older cousins and stuff called me when I was younger. And I had blonde hair when I was young until I was like 5. But apparently there's more than one of us. I don't know exactly what the numbers are, but Yeah, there's a lot more to it, obviously, but the last year has been extremely enlightening.
Do you believe there's some work here for you to do?
Yes, I do, um, and I think it's to just to let not to get too deep, but one of my theory, well, I guess my theory is that life, a lot of people ask questions why the universe or God or the Tao, which is, all those things is everything, right? Created us. Why is there life? And I tend to believe that it's so the universe can self-reflect. We are a mirror to God. Um, and in the Bible it says God created man in His image. I think that every once in a while, God is starting a new cycle. I think God needs a little pat on the back. So God needs to honk her own horn. You know what I mean?
Well, then it would seem.
I think that's my job. I'm the driver. I'm the navigator, which coincides with my sign in my calendar, which is a red electric Skywalker, the navigator, being a Pisces and being a birth number 33. Those three. I mean, that's enough for me to start, listening to the wind.
I understand the Pisces is at the end of the life cycle too. You've
Right.
completed the experience, so you've
Yeah.
summarized. So you have all that experience behind you spiritually.
Well, yes, but for me, it's been kind of an emotional roller coaster. Like I've had a lot of my example is always I walked home in the second grade, and I would just start crying. I would get home, my mom would say, "What's wrong?" And I'd say, "I don't know." Well, it turns out I was feeling others' pain, literally. Like I'll like touch an article of clothing or that somebody else's, and if they've had some trauma or something, like I'll get upset about it just from the touch, and that's apparently how they say magic is transferred and stuff. I'm like I said, I'm just kind of finding this stuff out, or it's becoming fact to me. Maybe I already learned it, but this time around, this is the time. But
I have the feeling a lot of people who are empathetic end up on this discarded, marginalized.
I agree. A lot of it is society saying that men have to be tough and macho, and women are this and men are that. Like, come on. You obviously there are physical differences. Okay, nobody can argue with that and you just can't unless you're actual. Yeah, you can't argue with that. But if you feel a certain way, then that guides you, right? Your feelings, your emotions, and that's what we base a lot of our decisions on. Even our most basic fight or flight signal, black or white, fight or flight, fight for food, run away because I'm gonna die. That's an emotion. That's a feeling that you have that you cannot you can't hit escape on it. You have to go by it. You're guided by it. So yeah, I mean,
You can learn to dampen that response.
well, you get desensitized, right?
Yeah.
Like you're losing your innocence.
Right.
By the way, the new cycle means a golden age. It's called the golden age, the house of Aquarius, the golden age, which represents a newborn baby, basically. It's the age of innocence, which is a beautiful thing. It means it's just an ocean of possibility in front of us. Anything is possible, and it's supposed to be. There's supposed to be some camaraderie taking place to overcome the problems that we have, which are they're big mountains to climb, but we can do it.
Do you believe we have the strength to do that?
Absolutely, no doubt.
You sound like a very hopeful person.
There's no doubt. I've been pretty lucky, if you want to call it that.
Where do you want to be? What work do you want to be doing in this world?
I'm I'm doing exactly what I want to be doing right now. Exactly. It hurts a lot, but I know why it hurts, and I know it hurts for a good reason, and I think I'm gonna make it through, so I can take the pain. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. I don't know
Well,
if it does.
when you said that we're a reflection of the Creator, my understanding is that that gives us the responsibility to feel as much as possible, to fully
Absolutely.
completely feel everything.
Um. Well, I think, yeah, like you mentioned, dumbing it down or numbing it. Maybe is what I think you were trying to say. I think of it more as how fast, like, fear is not a helpful thing if what you're scared of is just just fear and it's anxiety or worry about something that might not even happen. Because usually, if you're thinking the worst is going to happen, it's never what happens. You don't want to count on the very best, but you want to shoot for the stars, and hopefully, maybe you'll get there. If you don't, at least, hopefully you'll land on the moon, right? That's what I say. And but recently people have been like, "What? You seem like you're not scared," and I'm like, "Well, I am, but I don't let it. I feel it, and my body says danger, and then I assess the situation quickly and leave it, behind me."
Well, what's real danger to you? What do you?
Uh, Closed-mindedness, selfishness, um, greed. That's probably enough to start. Those are some big three to work on, probably.
That tells me you have a fairly spiritual outlook
Well,
on your fellow beings.
yeah, I mean, I know what it meant to be a Pisces. I've always known I was a Pisces, but I don't know. It's almost like something opened up inside my mind that. Well, Jeopardy is always my favorite show, and I do pretty good. But it's different. The connection is everything inside has started to connect. Um, I don't know if it was the pain or they say there's different ways to achieve through meditation or fasting or pain or trauma or these are all different ways you can achieve heightened levels of consciousness, and I think that's probably what happened because I went through some stuff that hurt pretty bad. So, yeah. I don't know, something like a flower opened up inside my, I guess, to give a visualization. The connection is just.
I don't think our world gives us enough space to heal from those things.
Yeah.
You have to go to work and pay the bills and.
Well, I can't speak to that because I don't know that I'm not done yet. I don't think so. Hopefully I'm not just crazy and hearing I know, but I gotta say it, just to keep myself in check.
I think our culture's kind of crazy.
Some people came to my rescue and supported me the people I least expected, some people that I didn't, you never imagine, I don't know. I always, personally, I always kind of pictured myself as like a grain of sand on that beach, like, or just a wave in the ocean. But in reality, the wave is also the ocean itself. So, and the grain of sand is the beach, the whole beach itself. Um, so we're big and small, and I don't know. I'm exactly where I should be, and there's always heroes out there that they can't help but be a hero. They can't think about anything else but helping you or sticking their hand down there for you to grab and lifting you up. They usually wear uniforms and don't want to be mentioned, but like people like department. There's bad in every group. There's not, we're human, but for the most part, like firefighters, paramedics, doctors, civil rights lawyers, police department. I mean, the list goes on. There's heroes out here, and I don't know, if you're having trouble, just go find some inspiration. I don't know what else to do. I think we need, like I said, the camaraderie is going to be. We all need to just get over the fact that, I don't know. I just picture King Arthur in the Round Table. The reason he had it round was so they were equals when they sat and discussed things. So he wasn't a king at that table. You know what I mean? He was the leader, but everybody knew him as king. But he spoke to anybody that sat at that table was treated as an equal, and that's how it should be. It's a metaphor. And that's the idea.
Can I ask you what your profession was?
I've done a lot of things. I mean, I could build you a house for the most part. I don't mess with electricity too much. I kind of understand it, but I always seem to get shocked, so I try not to mess with that. But I mean, I don't know. I toot my own horn a little bit. I'm a bit of a renaissance man. I can do anything. I think. Pretty sure.
It seems like you're in the right place psychologically to do that.
I've had some people kind of pick me up, recently, like I said.
That's
thank
awesome.
God, or whatever it may be that you think, and you should think whatever it is that you think often.
There is a kind of animus or spirit that directs all of our activities.
Well, yeah. I know that to be true. Like I said, I call it the Tao, and leave it at that. I think that there aren't really any words. You'd have to use every word, and then every word that could ever be imagined to describe it, because it is all those. It is everything, and it's sometimes better left unsaid, because it's also that. It's the thing you can't describe. So
the essence of the Tao.
Yeah,
indescribable.
It's the once you start using words to describe it, you take away from it. It is everything and nothing.
Well, that shows you the power of stereotypes when you label people too.
Yeah, stereotypes are big roadblocks, aren't they?
Could you say, would you say anything about any type of discrimination you've experienced?
I like we started when you were talking about, yes, I don't ever want to intentionally cause pain, but sometimes you need to stand up for people who can't stand up for themselves, and I think when people are being discriminated against, that's one of those times. So you need to, because often it's a situation where it's someone who, I'll use the word bully, is bullying someone else, and if that person who's being bullied obviously can't stand up for themselves, well, if 3 more people overhear it and step up and stand behind them, you don't even have to say anything, just stand there. That'll often stop the bullying.
The show of strength.
Absolutely. Peace through strength, yeah. Arms race sort of thing. Hopefully we're still kind of in the residuals of that, I think. So hopefully Cold War is starting to heat up now. Or
So
that came out wrong. Hopefully it's not so cold between us and we got to figure it out.